Hello, church. So here's our devotional for this Wednesday. Reminder that we will be down at St. Paul's Lutheran Church, Red Hill, for our midweek Lenten service. I believe Stephanie Thompson is going to be tonight's preacher and look forward to joining with everybody in worship. I'm going to need to check it out because it occurred to me yesterday. I believe all of our congregations that are hosting midweek Lenten services are, in fact, either live streaming or recording and posting the events. If it's helpful for us to give a link and share that, we can do that. I imagine if you look at St. Paul's Lutheran Church Red Hill's website, you'll be able to click into that if you are hoping to participate virtually. So we have finished up Proverbs 12, and today we step into chapter 13. There is not a distinct division within our chapter, but there's some good stuff coming from the commentary and a few that I wanted to give pause on. So I think we are going to be breaking it into three parts. Today we're going to be doing the first 10 verses, and hopefully that'll be a little more manageable section with a couple of pieces from Van Leeuwen's reflection time. So we'll start with our NRSV reading. This section Van Leeuwen entitles "On Listening to Wise Counsel." A wise child loves discipline, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. From the fruit of their words, good persons eat good things, but the desires of the treacherous is for wrongdoing. Those who guard their mouths preserve their lives. Those who open wide their lips come to ruin. The appetite of the lazy craves and gets nothing, while the appetite of the diligent is richly supplied. The righteous hate falsehood, but the wicked act shamefully and disgracefully. Righteousness guards one whose way is upright, but sin overthrows the wicked. Some pretend to be rich yet have nothing. Others pretend to be poor yet have great wealth. Wealth is a ransom for a person's life, but the poor get no threats. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked goes out. By insolence the heedless make strife, but wisdom is with those who take advice. And a little bit of commentary. This is from the first and third portions of our reflection time in the NIV. The implied author of the book speaks in the voice of an inspired parent. This construction functions as an ideal that defines the office of parent, to pass on wisdom and life to the next generation, who then become responsible for their use of the tradition. Only a know-it-all scoffer, that's fun, know-it-all scoffer rejects wise parental reprimands. Yet this ideal, which governs the shape of Proverbs, is susceptible to authoritarian misuse. For Proverbs never explicitly portrays a parent as being in the wrong. In the light of widespread familial dysfunction and abuse, Paul's corrective to an authoritarian reading of these things must be heard. Fathers and mothers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Discipline aims at hope and freedom. And then our third part, this relates specifically to our concluding verse, verse 10. Arrogance produces conflict because the inflation of one ego occurs at the expense of the dignity and worth of others who naturally fight back to protect themselves. All people possess worth as God's creatures, and we instinctively react against whatever diminishes that worth. When both parties are arrogant, the conflict is all the worse. But the wise know the limits of their own insight and that two heads are better than one. Genuine wisdom is not egotistically independent. but realistically interdependent. Good word. So after I do one of my times of prayer with Thomas Keating, there's a video that comes on that'll like just a memorial tribute to him after his death um, a number of years ago. But he does this line, which he introduces, where he talks about dependency on Christ in contrast to addictions, and that ultimately dependency on Christ is a realistic behavior and not this, overly consumptive aspect. So a little bit of Peterson from you for you to finish us off. And he entitles chapter 13, Walk with the Wise, that interdependent part. Intelligent children listen to their parents. Foolish children do their own thing. The good acquire a taste for helpful conversation. Bullies push and shove their way through life. Careful words make for a careful life. Careless talk may ruin everything. Indolence wants it all and gets nothing. The energetic have something to show for their lives. A good person hates false talk. A bad person wallows in gibberish. That's a good one. Wallowing in gibberish. A God loyal life keeps you on track. Sin dumps the wicked in the ditch. A pretentious, showy life is an empty life. A plain and simple life is full of life. The rich can be sued for everything they have, but the poor are free of such threats. The lives of good people are brightly lit streets. The lives of the wicked are dark alleys. Arrogant know-it-alls stir up discord, but wise men and women listen to each other's counsel. Thanks for listening. I hope you continue to enjoy our devotionals on Proverbs. Just a reminder, one of the ways, if you want regular updates, is by doing a subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, I think if you're a friend on, did I say Facebook? Okay, subscribe on YouTube. I think if you're a friend on Facebook, that you get some automatic updates as it's popping through, and we will keep working on some stuff. All right, that's it for today. Have a wonderful, blessed continuation in our Lenten journey, and we will catch you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.